So I'm back now. Um, so I'm not really gonna be using this video to break down my fights. I'm not even gonna really like breaking down fights anymore in this channel. I'm just gonna be like giving my thoughts after each UFC event, like each fight night, each pay-per-view event. This is my thoughts after UFC 282. And I'm just gonna try break down every single fight on this card. Let me try to pull up the fight card real quick. So I'm not breaking down this fight at all. I might, start saying some some shit about this fight. But something about this fight right here. I was sitting there trying earlier in the fight, I was gonna look for a leg kick because I was hoping wait, he's gonna switch to orthodox soon. And I was going for a left leg. So then when he was switch back to southpaw, he'll start throwing leg kicks again, I better check them easily so get some leg stunts, because that's how close of a fight this was right here. Let me try to see if I can pull up the fight card if my browser don't take too fucking long. But I'm just gonna speak on the okay, here we go right here. Yep, I already have pulled up anyways. Here we go. I was also looking for that body kick too. When he was in southpaw and everything I was looking for. That's why I was trying to switch right there so I can land it right there on the liver, I get that leg kick right there. See, this why it starts with the leg kick right here. Look at his leg off right there. Volkanovski. One thing about UFC 4, Volkanovski in the games, he has leg kicks and cardio, but only thing that's why honestly you start picking Volkanovski more than Aldo, because Aldo has the leg kicks and everything, but he doesn't have the cardio in this game. He doesn't have the chin in this game like that. Okay, so let me go up. Let me just break down this fight card so far over here. The first fight now was Cameron Simon versus Steven Koslow. It was a good fight. I think they took a point in round 2, I believe, because Cameron Simon need him when he was down, so they took a point. Koslow really took a disqualification. That's why I respect him a lot for not taking the DQ. But he ended up getting finished on the feet with knees and uppercuts in round 3 right here. And then TJ Brown versus Eric Silva. I had a lot of hope on Eric Silva because I saw him down because he has so much potential. But TJ Brown is also another person in the UFC that always puts on a fight. I'll never miss out on TJ Brown fight. He is such a good fighter, bro. He's not the best fighter in the UFC now, but he's a really entertaining fighter in the UFC. This fight was actually really great here. I think TJ Brown dropped him early in round 1. I think it was very early in round 1. He dropped Eric Silva. He was up, he was winning the first 2 rounds. I was bro, Eric Silva has to do something. Honestly, smiling while he was on the bottom and half guard. And he gets submitted with an arm triangle choke, And then we go to Billy Q versus Alexander Hernandez. I didn't even know Alexander Hernandez went down to featherweight, but here he goes right here. So Alexander Hernandez, was doing good in the first round. He was clipping Billy. I was there saying Billy has a good chin, in the Twitch chat. So I was saying Billy has a really good chin. He's a tough fighter. I don't even pick Alexander Hernandez to win this fight, but you can't doubt someone like Billy Q. Hernandez ended up gassing out. You wanna know something funny I saw in the fucking in between after round 1, Billy Q. Consider asking him what's 7 + 5. This nigga said 11, bro. Oh my god, bro. Nigga said 11. It didn't ask him his kid's birthday. He didn't even remember that shit, bro. And I actually saw one comment on Instagram saying, "Boy, you don't know where he is. Stop the fight." But then Billy Q wanted to go stop Alexander Hernandez with a standard TKO because Alexander Hernandez, gas like he usually does. And then we got my favorite fight on the card. The 5-0 center hyping up the entire fight with Chris Kurtz versus Joaquin Buckley. I like Chris Kurtz a lot, but I thought Buckley was gonna win this fight. Buckley started the first round really good. He won the first round for sure. He was winning the fight. But then I think Chris Kurtz called a kick and he hit with a straight right hand and dropped Buckley bad. And then he got with ground pound. He went out cold 2 times, and that's when Russia jumped in. So Chris Kurtz getting another win. I like seeing Chris Kurtz win because his last performance was kind of disappointing. It was a very disappointing fight he had against Jack Hermanson. Very disappointed, but he came back though. I like to see that with Chris Kurtz. He's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. And then you got Edmund Shabazian versus Dalcha Lugim. I'm not pronouncing that last name, but Dalcha started. He was doing good in the fight a little bit to him with some body kicks and shit. But when you think about Dalcha, since he has such a big build, it takes a lot of energy to throw a lot of strikes like that and shit. But Edmund Shabazian is finally back, after being on a 3-fight losing streak. You know, Edmund did good in the fight. He did really good in the fight. He didn't do bad. But I'm more surprised that Dowd is still in the UFC, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. He might get cut after this fight. Alright. The only surprise about seeing him get cut like the next few weeks. But Edmund Shabazi ain't fighting back, you know, after that 3-fight losing skid. And he fought some killers. He really did. So now I go to the next fight. You know, Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Biggie Boy versus Chris Daukaus. You know, Chris Daukaus, man, I don't know what to say about him because I had so much potential. Like, I had so much hype for this dude, but man, his last 3 fights, man, he been struggling. But you know, Rozenstruik got him out there early, bro. You can even see the finish on his Rozenstruik's YouTube channel. Just search up Jairzinho Rozenstruik and you'll see the finish on his YouTube channel. I don't even have to explain this shit. The fight lasts for 23 seconds. And then we got the youngest fight in UFC history, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Jay Perrin. No, Jay Perrin, another fighter that's not really that good in UFC. But once again, the kid's fucking, the Rosas kid is like 18 years old, so you can't expect him to be like no top contender in his UFC debut. But he did well. I saw his fight on Damon's Consensus like live. I saw shit live. You know, he did really good in that fight. But you know, he got the rear naked choke submission 2 minutes to the first round. He did really good, man. I'm actually kind of like, he has a lot of potential. Like, imagine how good this nigga would be like a 23, bro. Imagine. Now I got Elisa Poirier versus Bryce Mitchell, bro. I'll pick Bryce Mitchell to win this fight, and bro, he got fucking dominated bad, bro. Poirier beat the fuck out of him, bro. I don't even want to talk about that shit anymore, honestly. But man, Poirier has a lot of potential too, and I honestly think he's gonna, bro. If the UFC's gonna keep him far away from Paddy Pimblett, bro, because they want to hype Paddy Pimblett up bad. They really do. Which, even after his UFC debut, I never thought Paddy Pimblett was like really good for a UFC fighter, but yeah, you know, you got Dricus du Plessis versus Darren Till. Another person I picked to win the fight was Darren Till. I want him to make a comeback fight after those 2 straight losses. He's lost to fucking Robert Whittaker and Derek Brunson, which is not bad people to lose to. So I was like, oh, he could beat Dricus du Plessis. He could probably beat him. Then the first round, the referee Mark Smith was like really close to stopping that fight. But you know, Darren Till got back. He was like really close to getting stopped in that first round. He survived. He went to win round 2. And du Plessis ended up submitting him around 3, like 2 minutes to round 3, I believe, or 3 minutes to round 3, something like that. The fight didn't even last long, man. Like, what am I talking about? The fight did last long. I'm stupid as hell right now. I'm kind of, you know, stuttering a little bit. But Darren Till, I don't know what's next with Darren Till. He said he's gonna take a good year off. But the problem is that he's getting too much ring rust, bro. He's staying out for too long. He needs to be more active. That's one thing about him. And then we got Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Osmorano. Osmorano, I actually picked Osmorano to win this fight. You know, I have because he was winning the first 2 rounds. He dropped Ponzinibbio twice, I believe. And then, you know, Ponzi just comes up with a fucking overhand right, knocks the fuck out of Morono, ends the fight with a few ground pound. I heard that you know, I didn't like the stoppage, but it was a good stoppage, though. It really was. And now we got the co-main against Paddy Pimblett and Jared Gordon. You know, Jared Gordon's another person I kind of like in the UFC. And he still won the fight. Like, he won. In my opinion, it could have been honestly like a 30-27. It really could have. It could have been a 30-27, but you know, they just want Paddy Pimblett to win. I'm feeling like honestly, I'm feeling some of these fights, like, you know, these fights sometimes be like rigged, bro. Sometimes they do. Because a lot of robberies happen this year at the UFC. Like Kellen Vieira versus Holly Holm. That was a big robbery. And I was pissed off about that robbery because I picked Holly Holm to win that fight. I put a lot of XP on her to win that fight on verdict. And we got the main event, Jan Blachowicz versus Magomed Ankalaev. I picked Ankalaev to win that fight. And, you know, y'all was actually handling some leg kicks very early in the fight. The real question is who won round 1? Who won round 1? I think Ankalaev won like the fight, but Robon was really close looking back on that round. So a draw, in my opinion, is actually, like, you know, acceptable. But the judges gotta make better judging decisions, bro. Like, we gotta get better judges in the UFC, bro, because this is just sad and pathetic, bro. Here's the end of the fight right here, you know. Close fight.
Gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. For the winner by split decision, Alexander the Great